are live. We are live. We are live. Let's freaking go. Big show for you today. Sean Strickland absolutely humiliates Tyron Woodley in the DMs. Tyron tried to get at him. Strickland shut that shit down and absolutely humiliated and embarrassed Tyron Woodley. It was not a good look for Tyron. Also, Sean Strickland went in on Dean Thomas after Dean's recent comments about his student, Jillian Robertson, who fought Mackenzie Dern. And Dean was not too happy with her performance. In fact, he was so upset that he said he's going to retire from coaching because that's as far as Jillian can go. And people are going in. Kobe Covington's going in on him. Sean Strickland's going in on him. Tyron Woodley's trying to clap back, and he got clapped. Pause. Not like that, right? Okay, hey, guys, I was going to actually rock a Versace shirt for you on the stream. Pause again. And I couldn't find my Versace shirt, so I put this real one on. But speaking of pausing, do gay guys say pause when they say something straight? I don't know. Is that in the gay community? Are they pausing on each other? Anyways, yeah, so big show for you today. Sean Strickland news. He's going in on people. He went in on Ian Gary. He went in on a lot of people. He was not kind to Ian after Ian's loss. We're going to get into it. I got all the quotes. I got them pulled up here for you guys. And my name is King David MMA. I'm a pro MMA champ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I coach at Extreme Couture. And I'm looking to connect. So if you've subscribed, I absolutely appreciate you. And if you've not subscribed yet, man, I can't do it. What can I do for you? I can't do anything, right? But I do want to say shout out to all my subscribers. The subscriber count just started popping up again. So it was like, I popped out for like 2 weeks. Subscriber count stayed stagnant. Now we're back here and it's going up. I get so freaking excited every time that number ticks one freaking higher. I'm stoked, man. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the real ones. And make sure you send your coaches Studio Millions. All you got to do is go, hey, man, there's this fucking company. They did $2 million in sales for one local gym. And they're willing to hook you up with some free shit. You want to talk to them? And then you just send them to Studio Millions. That's it. And then your coach loves you because we're going to fix their fucking gym for them. So anyways, make sure you check out Fight Circus, home of the Freak Show fights. Fight Circus is coming back to Las Vegas. I main evented at the last Fight Circus, and I heard a rumor that they're coming back. They're bringing Felony Charles Bennett to Fight Circus in Vegas. Also, Felony is selling his cornerman passes for his bare knuckle fight. So if you guys want to go corner Felony, he's selling passes. So he will put you down as his cornerman in exchange for like $1,000, right? So if you were going to buy a ticket to the fight anyway, or you want to go link with a MMA legend, you can now buy you can literally be in his corner for a G. So anyways, if you need more information on that, DM me on Instagram at King David MMA, or hit up Felony personally if you got his Instagram and all that. Also, guys, what else did I have to? Oh yeah, the spot. Man, go buy some cannabis related things there. It's if you look at the Palms Place, you turn around, it's right there. So anyways, man, check them out. They'll give you 35% off anything. That means if you pull up with $65, you get $100 worth of stuff, and you keep $35 in your pocket. So also, we go live at random times, as you can tell right now, because this is a random ass time. So make sure you have notifications. Bang that bell and set it to all notifications, because we go live at random ass times. I see the chat's popping off. Let me check the chat real quick, and we will get right freaking into it. I gotta go here. I gotta tap this. Okay, what's up? Hello. Hey. All right, we're in the building. We are in the building. Oh shit! All right, we got a lot of chats popping off. Shout out to John Dong, the first person to super like the channel. Super likes and super chats are enabled, so you know what I mean. I spend that on caffeine, guys. So whatever you guys send, I just go get highly caffeinated. I make bad choices. I buy chicken wings. I buy caffeine. You know, I might even go gamble with the money, guys. No telling what I might do. Just playing. I actually don't gamble. I just I have like a fairly addictive personality at times. So I stay away from anything that's like too vice-like, if that makes any sense. But I absolutely love like gambling culture. If that makes, like, it's crazy because like I got on my Instagram, I got these reels of like dudes going playing bubble craps And I'm just there like, is it going to hit? Is it going to hit? Is it going to hit? I can tell I'd be out the deep end, fucking living in a gutter somewhere or something. Or hanging out with Steve will do it. You know what I mean? Either way. One or the other. We got John Hogan in the chat saying, yo, what's up? With a waving emoji. John Dong saying, who are you picking between RoboCop and Fluffy? Man, that's a great question. That is a great question. I'm going to go with Fluffy. Bro. I think Fluffy can survive and push the pace. John Dong says, winner should fight DDP, in my opinion. You're talking about between RoboCop and Fluffy? That'd be great. Like that. Hamza says, he also left coaching because of his new UFC show. Felony got a fight for BKFC in September in Tampa. When is he coming? He will not be coming to Vegas for training. Felony and I are... I'll say we're homies, but we are no longer working with each other in that capacity. He's staying out there in Florida or in Georgia where he lives. He's going to train, I guess, in Georgia. I haven't really talked to him about it. I just know he's selling cornerman passes on the internet. I'm trying to help the guy out, get a couple bucks. He said he's broke. So I said, man, hey, you guys want to shoot him a G, go be in his corner. You know what I mean? Fuck, dude. Help the guy out. He's a legend. Selling him the corner pass is genius. Yeah, man. So he can make a quick little extra 2 G's on that. And a lot of people, dude, and this is crazy. I'm not saying this just because it's Felony. I would highly recommend doing it. Like buying the cornerman pass and being backstage and cornering. First of all, Bare Knuckle puts on a great event. Okay, so the place is going to be packed. It's going to be high energy. And you're like, how else would anyone who's not balls deep, a black belt, a champion like this, corner and coach, how else would anyone get in the corner? It's a once in a lifetime experience. And like, you will see crazy shit. You will see dudes with like that one fights and they're broken hands and cut up faces and they're in the back. And it's so crazy. It's so crazy. I cannot recommend it enough. I think he's not charging enough. I think he should charge way more money, but I feel that put him at a G each, he'll get them sold real quick. So, man, if you guys are in the Tampa area or wanna be, hit up Felony, man. He will give you a cornerman pass for $1,000. Hamza Mir says this is the perfect time. Yeah, man. So, guys, in addition to Felony selling his cornerman passes, Dean Thomas was cornering in the co-main event of the UFC against Mackenzie Dern, and he was cornering his student, Jillian Robertson. As you guys know, he has some off-color remarks about her, said this is as far as she can go in the sport. I'm very, very against what he's saying because he didn't have the language to give her that she needed in that fight. So he's like, you gotta go, or you gotta move your feet, or whatever the fuck he's saying, right? And it's like, dude, this is not accurate language. And as we move forward in martial arts, there's going to be a standard that's set where that level of instruction is no longer tolerated. It's already happening. As you guys can see in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community, John Danaher has changed the game. He's got very, very precise verbiage of his instruction. Now, in MMA, it's not quite as evolved. For most coaches say stuff like, you gotta want it, or fight, or push the pace, or you know what I mean? Things like that. There's not very precise language, right? And this happens in the gym too. You gotta go forward, dude. What if the person is rangy and counterfighting and they're circling away? Like then going forward is playing right into their game. That a better concept would be, hey, maybe you make them come forward on you. Oh shit. Or, and these are just examples, draw them out, follow them in and close the distance. Throw at the air, draw their strikes out, follow their strikes in. It's crazy. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's more than just move your feet, which is like what Ian Gary's corner was telling him. Like, you got to move your feet. It's like, what are we talking about, guys? We got to be a little more precise. We got to step it up in the coaching game. Straight up. I'm trying to improve as a coach. I'm trying to improve as a corner, man. You guys saw what happened when I cornered Felony and he KO'd that dude stiff after being on like a 26 fight skid and he got his first knockout in like a decade, right? It's because we have precise language, guys. Very important moving forward. So anyways, Dean Thomas, I believe he was, obviously everything falls on the fighter. The fighter is in there. They got to make the adjustments, whatever. The corner's there to help. But I thought his cornering was imprecise, and that also has to do with the way he was probably coaching as a whole, because you can't tell somebody to do something that you haven't developed the tools with them for. And and this happens all the time. It's not a reflection on Dean specifically. I'm just using him as an example because it's relevant right now. You have someone who's stellar in the gym, who's performing well, who is winning rounds in the gym. Oftentimes, you don't develop the things that you don't see because they're winning in the gym. They're not in positions. Like if you fight people coming forward, and this has happened to me in a fight. I was at a gym where everybody comes fucking forward, just comes forward. And I got really good at dealing with that. And then I went and fought a guy that did not take one step forward. He did not step forward. He circled left, right, circle, 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 back, forth, back, circle, 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 back, circle, 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 circle. And my corner, all they told me to do was jab inside low right hand, go forward, jab inside low right hand. And I'm like, I got back to the corner. I'm like, dude, he's not standing there for that. And they're like, you're not listening to me, bud. You got to jab inside low right hand. And I'm like, he's not in front of me. And because they hadn't given me the tools in the gym that would develop me into the type of fighter that could process what this opponent is doing, because it was unlike what I had seen in the gym. I didn't have the tools. He didn't have the fucking knowledge tools. And he didn't give me the language. Like, dude, draw him out. Make him come to you. Oh, you know what else I could do? Because the dude didn't have a ton of power. I could switch stances going forward, Vanderlei Silva style. Instead of staying in my stance, right, I could switch stance. That closes the distance faster, right? That's dangerous against someone with power. But against someone who doesn't have a ton of power, if I'm the more powerful athlete and I switch stances coming forward, now I can close the distance, right? So there's these ways, and I'm sure if we slow it down and Dean Thomas was to be here, he would know a lot of this stuff, right? But in the fight, this isn't what was being said. What was being said was very different. And then he gets on after the fight and says, this is as far as Jillian can go. I'm done. I'm retired. And he was in his emotions, which, hey, listen, it's a fucking roller coaster when you're back there cornering. Sometimes it's more, in ways, challenging to corner someone, because if you go fight, you're in control. When you corner, you're not in control. So you can yell something at somebody and they're either not listening, or they're seeing something different in the fight, or they're not comfortable doing what you said because maybe they got hit a little harder than they anticipated, or there's just some form of danger there that they don't want to encounter again. But you don't have a ton of time in the corner, and during the round, you're not like talking. There's not a dialogue, right? Now, keep in mind, when I'm fighting on the regional scene, I have a dialogue with my corner because, you know, there's levels to this shit. So, like, I remember one time, dude shot in on me. I put him in 100%, and I didn't reverse him. I just held him there, and my corner was like, oh, sweep, sweep, sweep. I'm like, bro, Roman, I'm cooking him, dude. He's done. Because I could feel his level of grappling, right? The choices that he made within, like, the first 5 seconds of us being on the ground, I said, oh, he's cooked. He's done. The fight's over. He just doesn't know it yet. But the guy was strong and, like, springy. So I was cooking him first. That's rare. At a super high level, you're right in there in the fucking mix. There's not a lot of like you talking to your corner. So she doesn't really have time to communicate that in the round because she's in an actual fight. After the round, there's a lot of like trying to get your heart rate down, trying to regulate your breathing. There's ice going on you. There's a dude with an end swell pushing on your face. There's somebody sticking stuff up your nose half the time. And then there's very limited coaching that goes on. It's like, hey, do these 2-3 things, right? And that's why I'm saying if he would develop more precise language, then he could actually give her maybe some tools if they worked on it in the gym Anyways, he didn't do that. That didn't happen. I believe she's got the ability that she can go. I think she could beat Mackenzie Dern with the right strategy. People say Mackenzie's a better athlete, but it's easy to look like the better athlete when someone's fighting into your strengths. But you could take those strengths away. This is way outside the scope of the conversation, right? So anyways, Dean says he's going to retire. Dean says that's as far as she could go in the sport. And now Strickland starts fucking blasting Dean Thomas, right? So I'm going to pull it up for you guys. Hold on. All right, what did Strickland said? Strickland went in on Dean Thomas, and then Tyron Woodley actually fired back, said, watch your mouth talking about Dean. You have no clue what the fuck you're talking about. We laugh when you have no filter, but you're a habitual line crosser. If you guys remember Chappelle Show, habitual line crosser, right? So that's a Chappelle Show reference by Tyron Woodley to Sean Strickland. I'm ride or die about him. Don't cross that line. That's what Tyron Woodley told Strickland about Dean Thomas. Now, Strickland's going to fire back. Bro, what are you going to do? You ain't going to do a damn thing, LMAO. Dean can suck my cock. Wow. Dog. Zero, just like, bro. And what's Tyron actually going to do? Then Strickland posts the losing streak that Tyron Woodley's on. And then Strickland calls him a weak-ass bitch. Complete disrespect of a former UFC world champion. But guess what? What is Tyron going to do? Is he going to pull up to Extreme Couture and press Strickland? He'll get beat the fuck up. He'll get beat up. He's not in the UFC. He can't fight him. What's he hoping for? That Strickland fights his contract out and goes over and boxes at Misfits or MVP or something so that Tyron can try and get a boxing match against him? That might be interesting. Or maybe Tyron is trying to chirp at Strickland to promote his upcoming grappling match with Joaquin Buckley. Anyway, Strickland posted these losses. Because I'm going to go through the whole losing streak, right? So Tyron Woodley lost to Kamaru Usman. Then he lost to Gilbert Burns. Then he lost to Kobe Covington. Then he lost to Vicente Luque, right? And then he lost to Jake Paul. Then he lost to Jake Paul again. Then he lost to Anderson Silva. So Strickland says that Tyron Woodley has so much red in his record, he thinks he's a blood. Right? And so, like, this is a former UFC champion. Former UFC champion. And this is how he's being remembered, right? Like, sometimes I get it. He got paid. He got some money. I don't know what his financial situation is like. Good for him. He got paid. But, like, this is tarnishing a once great record, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 L's in a row. Not a good look. And now he's talking shit to Strickland like he's still that dude. And Strickland's like, bro, what the fuck are you going to do, bro? You're cooked, right? So anyway, let me read the chat real quick. Dean Thomas has left coaching because of his new UFC show. Dude, you think that's why he said that post-fight while he was in his emotions? You think that's why he said he was retiring from coaching? That's not even the context in which he was talking, bro. He may have a new UFC show, which I believe he does. I believe you on that. But when he's referencing his student and he's upset at her and he says, like, she's not listening, this is as far as she can go in the sport, she didn't do what we worked on, whatever he said, right? And then he says he's retiring from coaching. That has nothing to do with the UFC show. He didn't mention a UFC show. He didn't say, hey, man, this is too nerve-wracking for me. I think she can beat that girl. Maybe I'm not the coach for her. I'm just going to move on to my UFC show. He didn't say that. So to say that he's leaving coaching because of his new UFC show, dude, there's no correlation between what he said in context and the out of context fact that he's got a UFC show. We got HHH Custom Knives, real one. What's up? Hit a live. Hey. Let's go. Oh, speaking of which, guys, we got Arpon the Don in the chat. He says, real ones are live. Let's drop a like. Man, appreciate that. HHS Customs dropped a super like. Hey, let's go. My guy. This is what I'm talking about. Dubs in the chat for HHH Customs. Dubs in the chat. Let's go. All right, guys. Yeah, so shit, man. All right. HHH Customs. So you are officially the first super, wait, not the super, is this a super like or is this a super comment? Or whatever, super chat. I don't know. Super like, right? Okay. So you are the second super liker. We got the super chats and the super likes live. So anyways, guys, appreciate you, HHH Customs. Dubs in the chat. We got John Dong with the dub. Let's freaking go, guys. All right. And then also, Strickland went in on Ian Gary. And this one I find more fun because Kobe Covington is recirculating right now. Oh, shit. The caffeine fun. Let's fucking go, dog. I'm gonna crack. I don't know. Where am I at right now? I popped the day off 3 Zevas off the top. That's 120 each. That's 360. This is 360, 394, 424, 420. Dude, I'm only at 428, man. So the caffeine fund is gonna go to good use because I need to go get something right now. I have more Zevias in the fridge. Well, they're in the cabinet next to the fridge. I gotta transfer them. I transfer 3 a day to start because I have this tendency. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna chill on the caffeine a little, right? And then I start drinking it. And then I'm like, why would I want to chill on this? This is epic. Here's what I do not do this. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling anybody to do this. Caffeine, lion's mane, L-theanine. Start seeing the future. At least I do. Everything turns into a chessboard, and I'm like, I start seeing moves in my head and all kinds of shit. So anyways, appreciate you, HHH Customs. Let's freaking go. We got Hamza in the chat saying he works full-time with the UFC now, so he won't have much time paying him a lot. Bro, that's out of context. That's out of context. You're totally right, but that's not why he said that at that time. He was throwing his student under the bus in the heat of the moment, which everybody's going in on him about, right? And so there's a clip going around of Kobe Covington where Dean Thomas is trying to get Kobe to come on his show. This is an old clip, and it's recirculating now because Dean Thomas, this also worked with Tyron Woodley, which is why Tyron Woodley is going at Sean Strickland for talking about Dean, and now Strickland's clapping back. But Kobe Covington, when asked to go on Dean's show by Dean himself, goes, bro, you say negative things about me. Maybe if you would have been nicer, we could have done a show. But you're too busy being Tyron Woodley's water boy. That's how Kobe sees it, right? So Kobe's clapping at Tyron. Expect a Tyron Woodley versus Kobe Covington RAF super fight soon. Expect that. I feel it in the air. I feel it coming. They will wrestle at RAF. Hot take. So, Strickland also went in on Ian Gary. He didn't directly mention Ian Gary, but this is right after the Ian Gary fight. He goes, there are 2 kinds of fighters in the UFC after a hard fight. You walk into a gym broken, depressed, and you get back to work. Or you vanish for months, hide, take the easy way out. I see this all the time. I've never respected number 2. Pathetic and weak-minded. And this comes right after Ian Gary went on the mic and started going like, I'm really happy with my performance. I fought one of the best in the world. And, I put him in some sports and, I did really well and just respect to him. He's an amazing athlete. And, I'm just really happy with my performance. And, I fought one of the best in the world for 5 rounds. It's like, bro, that ain't the fucking look, dog. If you really believed you were going to win, you'd be in there fucking gutted. And Ian didn't put everything on the fucking line. What he's doing with all his fake fucking vegan, PETA, feminist, fucking women, changing his last name shit. What it really comes down to is that he's an excellent technical and tactical fighter. But there's a problem. Fighting isn't just physical. There's a lot of other things that go into it. One of them is mindset and psychology. So Ian is taking the importance off the loss to protect himself from feeling the loss. I'm happy either way. I'm happy either way. Like, bro, That's removing the severity of the situation because he doesn't want to feel those emotions. That's why everything is, oh, don't eat animals. Oh, good emotions only. Oh my gosh, right? And so I got good vibes only here. What's the difference? The difference is that when I go to fucking fight, I'm getting in the motherfucker's face. I'm going to fucking hurt him. I get myself into a mindset, I'm going to kill this motherfucker and the ref's here to pull me off him. That's how I like to think, right? Why? Isn't that bad? Isn't that not good vibes? Right? It's in the cage. You gotta, dude. And if you, first of all, the dude's coming to hurt you. And you gotta be ready to hurt that guy. You have to. And if you are in the cage, right? And you are trying to take all the negatives away, like, oh, well, as long as I perform well, then, I'm putting my heart out there. And, like, I tried my best and I'm happy with it. It's like, that's called cope. That's called cope. And sometimes you gotta cope, right? But Ian is like pre-coping. He's giving himself a way out. I used to have a teammate, he would do this all the time. He had this play he would do. Instead of going into his skill level and his weight class in a jiu-jitsu tournament, right? Like, let's say he is a purple belt and he weighs 155. Instead of doing purple belt 155, he goes up to a brown belt 185. And then he wins a match and then he loses. And everyone's like, oh shit, you won a match at brown belt at 185. Dude, you're amazing. There were people in his division that he could have went with. But rather than facing the fact that he would actually lose with no excuses, now when he goes up a division and a belt, when he loses, he has an excuse. You get what I'm saying? So he would do this over several tournaments. I saw this over years. He lost and got credit because putting the real him out there, right, was scary. Which is why I'm bringing myself up when I go face to face with these dudes and I get it because I'm trying to put it all on the line. I'm trying to force us both into a situation where it fucking matters. Why? Because then I have to step my psychological, my physical, my emotional, spiritual, every performance possible up because I've made it so high of a pressure situation for both of us. That also, I believe, gives me an advantage because I perform well under pressure. As opposed to like, we're going to be great mates after this. I look up to him and, win or lose, I'm going to be happy with it. Just the fact that I even fought this man. It's like, bro, that's taking all the significance out of it. And that's protecting one's psyche. And he may not even know he's doing this consciously, but subconsciously, this is exactly what's happening. He'd like to win, right? But like, he even says he trains 1 hour a day. I don't know anybody that's fighting at his level that's training 1 hour a day. He's giving himself way out. That's like, if I would have trained more, but I'm a family man and I care about my children. So I spend time with my children because that's the most important thing to me. Those are all coping mechanisms because he hasn't given it 100%. He hasn't given it 100%. And so anyways, Strickland had that quote. I believe it's about Ian Gary. It's like, bro, you're too happy to be a fucking loser, bro. And there's a saying, right? So this is what happens if I'm at Extreme Couture and one of the teammates unfortunately loses and they come back, and especially with the younger dudes, like the amateurs or the lower level pros, and they're like, fuck, bro, da 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 da. But like, I'm pissed, and I'm like, bro, show me a good loser, I'll show you a loser. Nobody I know that's like the champions, bro, like they don't like losing a fucking round. I'm not gonna say their names, but there's a UFC champion and a Bellator champion, and they're fighting each other. They're sparring, but it's fucking escalated at this point, and they have hard fucking rounds. And these two motherfuckers are in the small cage at Extreme Couture, and they're doing 5 rounds with each other like a fucking championship fight. And then Sean Strickland's there. And Sean starts coaching against one of them. This guy won 4 of the 5 rounds. And he's like fucking pissed at Sean. And he's like, fucking Sean in there talking shit. Fucking, this motherfucker's, I'm trying to fucking win rounds. He's like, oh, he's over here fucking distracting me, coaching this fucking guy against me. You know what I mean? Dude, he won 4 out of the 5 rounds. He was fucking pissed. He even lost a round to another world champion of a different organization. The fact he even lost a round, he dominated 4 rounds. And he lost 1 round to a world champion. And he was upset. That's what I've seen amongst the most successful people. I remember one time, speaking of world champions of different organizations, Patchy Mix was at the gym. He trains at Extreme Couture, and it was his birthday. And he just had a birthday, so, anyway. And I was like, oh shit, Patchy, happy birthday. Because Patchy and I get rounds. We swing on each other, right? We talk shit, call each other pussies, all kinds of shit, right? And Patchy's really fucking good. Patchy, guys, when you guys hear the hype about Patchy and then he didn't like perform in the UFC for whatever reason, like, I don't know what happened there. This motherfucker beats the fuck out of everybody in the gym. Everybody, right? I don't think I've ever seen Patchy lose a round, right? Like type shit. So I go up to Patchy. I'm like, Patchy, man, happy birthday. He goes, fuck my birthday. I'm like, he's like, I'm trying to get better. You know what I mean? And he didn't even want to celebrate his birthday. He didn't get, like, that's the type of mentality I've seen in the best people on the planet. Tatiana Suarez, you can show up at like 1 p.m. to teach a private lesson, and like Tatiana will be in there. And I remember this one time, it was in Vegas and it was cold because it's winter. And Tatiana's like just running with the fucking heavy bag, slamming the heavy bag, beating the heavy bag, picking the heavy bag up, running with by herself. No coach there, just on her own. And my buddy, he owns Fight Circus. He was like, his name's Dr. Octagon, putting busters in check on Twitter. And then he's like, bro, he's like, these girls don't want to fight her. They don't want to fight her. Dog, it's cold as fuck. She's by herself. She's just running with a heavy bag. Just self-motivated. You know what I mean? And then, because, in the fighting industry, you'll know the other girls, right? And there's other girls that are like, they got just different interests. You know what I'm saying? There's one girl in particular that a lot of people at Extreme Couture are familiar with. She's on the team there. And she's pretty talented at fighting, but she also likes to party, right? So she'll go to EDC, she'll go to da-da-da-da-da, right? And it's like, my boy's like, dude, she don't want to fight Tatiana. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do against that, right? And so yeah, all the best people that I've seen are like, it's not balanced. It's not like, I train 1 hour a day and then I just turn it off and I'm just happy with no, dude, they're pacing. You know what I mean? Pacing. I've been in there. Motherfuckers are pacing. Even after the sparring, they're like still mad. They're like, they want more rounds. It wasn't challenging enough. Like pro sparring at Extreme Couture. Let me read the chat real quick. Caffeine, he also said, fuck the fans at the end. Ian also didn't use his jab at all. If Ian had a little dog in him, he would have won the fight against Islam. Yeah, so I agree. I believe Ian could beat Islam. I believe he's got the tools to beat Islam. I believe that if he would have shown some knees, or thrown fucking knees up the middle, oftentimes that can deter a shot. If he would have deterred one more shot, or if he would have landed a knee, different fight, right? Because, if you stop the shot, you got a chance to throw something. Also, uppercut might have been a good tool on someone that's level changing. Yeah, so I think Ian could beat him, which is crazy because in my previous live, I read all the comments. So I read all the comments, I respond to every comment, all that. And there's a comment on my last live where I believe we were all in the chat and talking about, is Islam the greatest of all time? And there was talks of Frank Shamrock even as GOAT, right? We went in on that chat. This doofus goes into the chat. You could tell his neck is shaped like a pencil. Pencil neck geek is what we like to call him. And he calls me racist because I don't think Islam's the GOAT. And I'm like, dog, I don't give a fuck. People call me whatever the fuck they want. It's completely irrelevant. But my brain hurts for him because the flaws in the logic. I'm literally picking Islam Makhachev. First of all, Islam, to my understanding, is Caucasian Muslim. We can get into the Caucasus Mountains where the word Caucasian comes from. We can get it with it, you know what I mean? But to my understanding, Islam and Habib are from Dagestan, which is essentially Russia, right? There's this back and forth about a lot of these countries. There's back and forth, right? They don't really want to be in the country, but the country wants them. But whatever. Anyways, to me, they're white. This dude calls me racist for not saying Islam's the GOAT when I picked Islam over the fucking Irish lad, Ian Gary. So on every fucking level of logic and thought, dog, if you're going to insult me, call me bald or something, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, something accurate, bro. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, what are we fucking doing? Anyways, let me read the chat. If he had so Hamza says that he has some dog he would have won. HHH Custom agrees 100%. Hamza says the people I'm talking about are Patchy and Marab. I've seen Patchy and Marab go at it. That is, let's say that's similar to what I was describing, but I was describing somebody else. But yeah, Patchy and Marab, I've seen them go out. Those are fucking crazy ass rounds. Hamza Mir, what's going on with Patchy? I don't know. I'm gonna pull up to Pro Sparring on Thursday. I'll see what's up. I'm gonna try and get some rounds with him. Last round we had was 3 weeks ago. Yeah, but I'm bigger than Patchy too. You know what I mean? So he's cutting weight and all kinds of shit. I'm sure 3 weeks ago because he had to go to Japan and fight. But yeah, I don't know what's up with him. I'm gonna holler at him, see if he's good. Just give him some love. You know what I'm saying? I like going with Patchy. Patchy makes me better. I'm a big Patchy Mix fan. I think the dude has the potential to beat anybody in the world on any given day. And I've seen him do it in the gym. I don't see why people take the GOAT conversation seriously. Right? It's all hypothetical. It's all hypothetical. Like, we can't even agree on the metrics of GOAT, right? Is like GOAT like the overall of their career, or is GOAT like this person on this day, that performance, no one on the planet would beat them ever? I don't think you are racist, but you're definitely dumb as fuck believing Ian Gary can beat Islam. You're just not very smart, mate. It's okay, dude. Bro, he fucking won 2 rounds, dog. Okay, let me ask you this. Since we're talking about who's not smart, define beat him, right? Because beat him means win 3 rounds. On one of the judges' scorecards, he won 2 rounds. Let's further define beat him. He beat him in a round on all the judges' scorecards. So he did beat him in a round. So again, logically, like your thought process is flawed, bro. You're probably trolling, actually, but you know what I'm saying? I engage as if you're being genuine. You're probably trolling. Because if you can't process that, bro, if you can't process the fact that he beat him in a round, he could definitely beat him in another round. And then on one of the judges' scorecards, he beat him on 2 rounds. Like, bro, he beat him on 2 rounds, bro. He beat him already in 2 rounds. 1 stuffed shot in the 5th. Like, dog, he's stuffing 1 shot away. Dude, or either that or you're a complete novice or a child. Which, hey, if you're like under the age of like 15, we're gonna give you a pass, right? Because you're just talking shit in the chat, right? But if you're like above 15, 16 and you got this take and you can't like process it, if you're not trolling, then that's Yeah, bro. You gotta, download a chess app or something, or you know what I mean? Start play the brain games. Hamza Mir says Islam and Khabib are white. Yeah, I agree. Pretty sure he picked Islam, but Ian wasn't a bad pick. Yeah, man, dude. Uh, Ian can beat Islam. Yes. I'll be in live streams where people will be arguing about who's number 9 on the GOAT list. It's such a useless thing to argue about. Yeah, so a lot of it is nonsensical, right? And it can be fun, but like, is it productive, right? Like, can we actually take the GOAT argument and then like break that down into something usable or something? You know what I mean? And there's value in just having fun, fucking around, like talking shit, like, oh shit, John Jones is the GOAT, dude. There's a Puerto Rican dude at the gym, bro. And we were talking about GOATs, and he's like saying whoever. Islam's the GOAT or whatever. I'm like, what? And then I was like, huh? I was like, I don't think so. And he's like, oh, who do you think? John Jones? I'm like, well, John Jones is arguing. You don't think he's the GOAT? Izu said, no, he's not the GOAT. I said, why not? He said, because he's black. Okay, now, if you want to call that dude racist, that's wild, right? That's wild. That's wild, right? And maybe it's not racist because he's Puerto Rican and he's allowed to say it. I don't know what the rules are, guys. I don't know what the rules are. But I know me picking a white Muslim to beat a white Irishman, there's not a lot of flexibility in there to call somebody a racist. Just saying. It's like, and so then this is the issue, right? You guys start going live, start putting out videos, and read the comments. And you're going to like get genuinely concerned for society. Because you're like, oh shit. These people can vote and they're not functional. They're not thinking like functional. I don't want to use the other word, but like their thinking is, and I'm not clowning. This isn't me disparaging people's special needs. Like this, by definition, retarded. Like held back, impeded. What would be a better word to use? Impeded. Their thinking is impeded. They like really have thought. They have really comprehension and processing problems. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But there also is the theory that in the individual, we're often wrong, but in the collective, usually the right answer, we get to the right answer as a collective. So humanity is like, not individually always super intelligent, but as a collective is like hyper intelligent. So that gives me some hope. Guys. Pretty sure he picked it. Who will be in the live streams? I think Islam is above Randy Couture and BJ in the UFC GOAT conversation. Well, I can't let you talk about Randy like that. Bro. Randy's the fucking general, bro. He's the captain. He's leading the charge at Extreme Couture, bro. I can't let you talk about Randy like that. Those are fighting words, dude. You got to pull up on me at Extreme Couture and put the gloves on now, bro. We got to settle this like men, dog. I can't have you talking about Randy like that. Islam only beat top 5 guys. BJ was a small lightweight who went up, beat Matt Hughes. Islam beat Jack in decision. BJ choked Matt Hughes. BJ also got robbed against GSP in their first fight. He's not about Randy and BJ. Bro. Disrespect Randy Couture again, dog. No, I'm just playing. I'm not playing. Like, for real. Pull up to Vegas, put the gloves on, and we can talk about it, right? But, like, I'm kind of playing, but I'm, like, not playing. Like, I'm not playing. But, like, you know what I'm saying. But for real, man, Randy's a legend. Randy's a fucking inspiration. Randy's still in the gym, man. Pull up to Extreme Couture, man. You'll pop in. You'll see Randy there. You're like, oh, shit, I just thought your name was on the fucking thing. Nah, he's in there working out, doing fucking circuits. So he's had like some neck surgeries and shit. So he doesn't really go like super hard wrestling. He'll come in and coach the pro teams from time to time. But he's in there doing like circuits, man. He's doing fucking rows and sit-ups with weights and fucking all kinds of shit, man. Getting after it. Islam is not above Randy and BJ. That's what I want to say. Okay. Okay. Now we don't have to fucking fight, dog. Now we don't have to fight, okay? Now we don't have to fight. We're good again, bro. But anyways, guys, yeah, man, I'm having a lot of fun. I like when Strickland goes in on people. It's fucking hilarious to me. Make sure you got notifications on. Make sure you bang that bell, turn it to all, because I go live at random ass times. I'm about to pull up to Extreme Couture myself. If you guys are in the Las Vegas area, pull up on me, bro. I'm looking to connect. 7 p.m. is amateur practice, so I'm going to go up there, slap up the amateurs, get a little sweat on, inspire the youth, you know, talk some shit, because when I pull up, there's all the, like, 14 and 15-year-old boys on the team pull up on me, and they're like, I saw your stream, I disagree with this, bro, you think so-and-so could beat so-and-so? Just the other day, one of them was picking Jake Paul to beat Chris Curtis in a boxing match. I said, bro, are you cooked? Bro, Chris Curtis is my fucking teammate, dog. You know what I'm saying? Dog, Jake Paul. Bro, Jake. Soldier Boy voice. Jake. Remember when Soldier Boy went, Drake? So anyways, yeah, man, that's a fight I would like to see. Chris Curtis versus Jake Paul in boxing, man. That'd be fucking epic. Chris has fought higher level competition in MMA, but Jake is a big boy. So that'd be an interesting matchup. I got Chris Curtis, man. We ride for Extreme Couture. So anyways, guys, appreciate you. I'll be popping back on live here in the near future. I got a big plan tonight. After practice, we're upgrading the studio. Guys. So we're going, shit's about to pop off. And then I'm going to get Kick. And then I'm going to start live streaming sparring on Kick. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So anyways, guys, love you. Appreciate you. Shout out to my real ones out there. Man, big shout out to HHH Custom Knives for the $5 super like. Man, W for HHH Custom Knives. I will see you guys in the near